Hi Leo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective love reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Now, as always, this is a timeless reading. So whenever it falls into your feed is whenever it's likely to be relevant for yourself. Today is the 3rd of November, though, if you want to know the date of it being done. It's 2024 as well. If you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do need post more content. Right, now as always, this could be a past, present or a future person for you. It is simply whatever spirit would like to bring up. My last few reads, they've pretty much covered a few different topics, so let's get into it. Can we get some more cards, please, Spirit, for the current or for the love situation that you want to bring up for the collective of Leo? Can we get 2 more cards, please, Spirit? Or 1 more card now, please. Okay. So, in your overall energy, we have the 7 of Wands, and that is coming up in the reverse. Now, the 7 of Wands in the reverse is telling me that you're coming out of some sort of conflict, potentially unknown conflict as well. You might not even know what it is that you are in conflict with. Now, this could be conflict with yourself. It could be conflict with other people. It's very much an energy of no longer standing up for yourself. So in the upright, you're standing up for yourself quite a lot. You are very much defending your position on things. You don't need to do it anymore. You just don't care. You're not listening to any of them. You're walking away from anything that is trying to put you in conflict. You're not even trying to get into conflict. You don't even feel like justifying yourself. You don't feel like there's any need to. And it's very much a case of, if there are people trying to put you in conflict, it's like you're saying, do you know what? I'm not wasting my energy on you. You don't deserve it. I don't need to stand up for myself. Whatever I do is none of your business. And that is very much the energy that you are in at the moment, or that's what the energy is overall for this. So very much you not being in conflict. We've even got you walking away from betrayal as well, getting control over your life too. Yeah, really, really good. So in your current position, how you feel about this particular relationship. So we'll see what kind it is in a minute, or what it comes up with. So we have an Ace of Pentacles. So you're seeing this as an abundant new start to something. You were seeing this as something that would be financially fulfilling. So whether this is a relationship, maybe you've met somebody at work and you work with them and you see them being something where you can earn a lot of money with them. They could give you the stability that you're looking for. Whether this is that you've gone into a partnership or a new job and you've met somebody at work. It could even be that you are going, maybe you've set up your own business with someone and you feel like, actually, yeah, that could be a long-term partnership. But as this is a love reading, it's not just about love. This is very much you seeing them as something that is very stable as well. Potentially, you could just be looking at them as money as well. But we've not really got, we've not got any cups out on here. So we'll see what's going on when we get some clarifiers. So, Spirit, can you clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please? Okay, so we have it's a new deck, and when I'm looking at the pictures, sometimes they're not very clear. It's the Hangman. You can see him in the background, But yeah, you know, when you're like, I'm like looking at the dogs at the bottom and looking at the woman. Didn't even spot the man at the back to start with. But yeah, so this is the hangman then. So very much there's a bit of hesitation on your side. You may be trying to see things from a different perspective. Maybe you're trying to take stock of the situation and decide what way you want to move. There's definitely some staleness, some stagnation, some hesitation going on. So maybe you haven't made an approach yet to your person. Maybe you haven't spoken to them. We have a Page of Wands. Now that come out to the side. So something's a little bit of a challenge here with well, I say that's a challenge. Loyalty potentially could be a challenge, and I've got a feeling it's something to do with the past. Now, the Page of Wands, when he's in the upright, is somebody very loyal, very creative, very passionate. Sometimes it involves travel as well. And it's coming to the side, so distance could be a bit of an issue. It could be maybe there's an issue with loyalty. I feel like you feel like it's creative and passionate. I don't think that's so much of an issue, unless the passion is an issue and you're seeing it more as a money thing, not so much passion, and you don't know whether or not you can be passionate towards it. Possibly because we've got this hangman energy, this stagnation, the hesitation. Maybe you don't know whether or not you would be welcomed. Maybe the message that you might want to give, you feel could be, how do I put it? Maybe you don't know whether or not you want to go forward with a message. Maybe you don't know how it's going to be received. And the reason for that is we have a Six of Cups. So you're potentially looking back in nostalgia. Now, the Six of Cups, when it's in the reverse, tends to mean that you might be looking at the past in a slightly warped view. It can very much mean that you are stuck in the past, you're living in the past, but whatever way that you're viewing it, you may need to look at it from a different perspective. And again, this is something that the hangman brings up, is different, looking at things from different perspectives. This is telling me that currently you're looking at the past with a very selfish point of view. It's also suggesting that you may be looking at it a little bit one-sided. So if you might be looking at the past thinking, yeah, it was absolutely amazing and you'd love to go back to it, but this is saying that actually you're looking at it a little bit worse than it was. It should be, there are issues that were there that you haven't actually looked at, you've not addressed. You may be looking at it with rose-coloured glasses. At the same time, if you're thinking that your past was absolutely horrific, it's a lot better than what you think it was, and you're just being very negative and selfish about the way that you're perceiving it. So whatever way you're currently viewing the past, you might need to just re-look at it, reevaluate it, possibly put yourself in someone else's shoes, because it's not quite as you are perceiving it to be. And that could very well be why you've got this Page of Wands, not knowing whether to go forward with some sort of message or whether to get passionate about it at the moment. Now, in your person's energy, they've got the World. So they've come to an end of a chapter of some form. Now, whether this is with you or whether this is in general, I'm not sure. If it's with you, then they are seeing your relationship as something's ended. Now, whether that is a relationship in general and you're separated, or whether it's just you've come to an ending of a cycle with this person. Maybe you're in a partnership and they've just got a new job. This would be a closing out of a chapter from a previous job, and you're looking at them as going, oh yeah, they've got some new income, It may not be. It could be that, like I say, if you separated from them, they could be viewing this as an end. It's ended. It's not coming back. It's finished. Whatever's happened has happened. And then I'm ready to move into the new chapter of their life. It could simply be that they have closed something out and they are ready to start fresh. They're ready to start something new. Now, the World card as well is also a card of travel. Now, I was saying here about your page, about it being potential travel and how there could be some issues with travel and distance. Now, this can also be that your person is ready to move. Your person is ready to travel. They're ready to move away from something or towards something. They're very much ready to start afresh. Let's get some clarification on this World card. So we've just had the Seven of Swords pop out to the side. So there's potentially been some betrayal in their past. Maybe some deception, some sneaky behaviour. But they're not 100% sure as to whether or not they want to open up to you. They've got a Seven of Swords there. So with that Seven of Swords, when it's in the upright, it's people doing things quietly, being... basically keeping everything to themselves, keeping secrets. In the reverse, it's them coming out with whatever it is, you know, them opening up, them talking. This has come out to the side, so they are not yet sure whether or not they want to open up. They don't know whether or not they want to speak with you. They don't know if they want to move things forward. They haven't decided. They're keeping... They probably have a good idea of what they want. They're keeping it to themselves, but they may not have decided whether or not they want to open up to you at this point in time. But then, I say that, it may be that they don't want to keep quiet anymore. We have a Nine of Wands that's come out in the reverse. So this is somebody that's had their guards up. They're ready to share. They're ready to lower their guards. They're ready to move forward and go on a journey with someone. Very much coming out of being really, really hurt. And then we have a Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is when they're fed up of waiting and watching. They're fed up of things not going their way. They're ready to move forward. But the one thing with the Page of Swords is it's a very naive energy sometimes. And sometimes it can be to do with people gossiping in the background. Maybe there's some gossip that surrounds you. Maybe there's some gossip that they've heard that they want to deal with. It can also be misunderstandings as well. But whatever it is, if they were learning some information, they're fed up. They don't feel like they need to learn anything else anymore. They feel like they've got enough information. They're ready to lower their guard down. But as of yet, they haven't decided whether or not to communicate that with you. And now, other than your Six of Cups about things being in the past and viewing things with a negative light, I'm still not seeing much emotions. I can see lots of thinking. I can see passion, but I can't see anything emotional. So this could be something more passionate and more... I suppose it depends on what kind of romance you're after. But that said, I still don't know if this person is somebody that you're with or somebody that you're not communicating with, maybe you've separated from, or whether it's somebody that has had issues with someone in the past. But whatever it is, it looks like they've done a lot of learning and a lot of growth and a lot of healing. How you're currently viewing this as a relationship, we have the Chariot in the reverse. So again, a card of movement, but this movement's stuck. So if it is to do with physical distance, you are feeling that it's not going anywhere because the distance is too great. And you may feel that you need to close the gap. It could just be, again, it could be that it's not going anywhere. Maybe you have separated. Maybe it's just not really moving any further forward for some reason. But whatever it is, you don't feel that it's been a success at the moment. Let's get some clarification on that. Can we get clarification on this Chariot, please, Spirit? Okay. So you have a Knight of Wands that's come out to the side. I love this card. It's to be fair, I used to think the horse had wings, but then I realised it's not the horse. A little bit gutted, but hey ho. But yeah, so when I say I love this card, I just like the picture, and it's not my favourite card of the deck. But yeah, so the Knight of Wands then, very much somebody that is in the upright is full of energy, in the reverse has lost the passion, lost the fire, doesn't really want what they wanted anymore. So this is very much somebody who doesn't know what they want. They don't know whether they've lost the passion for something, whether they've still got the passion for this. They don't know whether or not the drive's there anymore. It could be that somebody doesn't know how someone's feeling. In the upright, the Page of Wands is what we would class as the player of the deck. Goes in, charges in with all their energy, loses once they've got what they want. You know, they quickly change their mind, lose their energy, and flitter off somewhere else. Excuse me. So yeah, so this is very much energy of not knowing what somebody wants. They don't know whether to be passionate towards it. They don't know whether to not be passionate towards it. And I've got a feeling this is your energy because you've got this page here doing the same. So that could be very much why this is stuck. Part of it because there's potentially you don't know what it is that you actually want. We do have the High Priestess coming out as well. So potentially there are plans being made in secret. I have a feeling that that might be your person, but they haven't come out with what their plans are yet. It could just be that somebody's learned a lot about this. The High Priestess is somebody with a lot of wisdom. They know a lot of what's been going on. They've been doing... They're very... How do I put it? They're like the wise old man kind of energy. Obviously, it's not a wise old man. It's a lady in this particular card. The High Priestess doesn't have to be female, though. It can be masculine. Gender is fluid within tarot, so swap it as you see fit. It's just personality traits. But they're very much in touch with their intuition. They are very much somebody that can be very spiritual. They are very much somebody that knows a lot about the world and a lot of information in general. They also are people that make things happen, but they tend to do it in the background. They're not the doers, they're the thinkers. They're the people that help put the idea into other people's heads and get them to do it for them. This is telling me that somebody is potentially planning something in secret. Maybe there's planned moves. Maybe there's certain things that are being planned and it is all being done in the background. Somebody is using a lot of intuition as well with regards to this, or trying to use their intuition with regards to this as a relationship. Possibly you, maybe that's why you don't know what you want. You've not necessarily tapped into your intuition quite that much. And we have an Empress as well, but the Empress is coming out to the side. Now that's telling me that somebody is trying to control their emotions. They're trying to not become overwhelmed with the situation. The Empress in the upright is somebody who is very abundant. She's very loving. She's very caring. She's the queen of all queens. She's got everything. She's stable. She's emotional. She's in touch with the feelings. She's grounded. She is very nurturing. She is a mother. So it could be that you may have children with this person already. It could be your mother. Could be interfering in this. You could have a mother figure that is interfering in this. Now, when she's in the reverse, she's not any of that. She's very dissociated from her feelings. She's not grounded. She's overwhelmed. She's not confident. She's lost her confidence. She's lost her Empress ways. This feels to me like somebody's trying to get into their Empress energy. They're trying to rediscover themselves. They're trying to get that connection. And I believe this is whoever this High Priestess is. It's like they're trying to relearn. They're trying to get back in touch with things. So something may have happened. And I've got a feeling this is to do with your person with their cycle ending. I've got a feeling that they're transitioning into an Empress energy. Their energy is raising. And that could be why you're in two minds as to whether or not you're passionate about this anymore. And I know this is sounding really horrible because you're coming in with Page energy. I know they have got pages, but theirs is in reverse. So you've got very much a page there, as in wanting to communicate with the page, and then it turns into a knight, where they're potentially on a higher vibration. It's like they might be looking for very much long-term stable, because that's what an empress wants. She wants long-term stability. That's why she looks for the emperor. But then for saying that, you had your emperor here. You know, you've got your emperor. You're starting to take control. Unless it's simply that you just need to keep developing that, or your person still needs to continue raising their vibration. And then once they've reached their empress energy, you know, then you might find them, you might be a bit more passionate about them, because you're already sitting here in your emperor energy. That could be very much why you're looking at them with this page of wands energy, thinking, well, they're not quite where I want to get yet, or not quite where I want to be, or not quite where you want them to be. And it could just be that it's a very, very new start, new passion, new relationship, and you're trying to just take your time. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what the challenge is. It could be the pace of things. It might just be going a bit too slow for you, and you could be losing passion because of the speed of things. Now, in your challenge position, you have this Three of Swords. So heartbreak. There is heartbreak that is a big challenge. So whether that is somebody's heartbreak, possibly your person's, with them going through this ending. It could be that maybe if you are separated and you're living at a distance, maybe you've both got some heartbreak to heal. And that could be why this Empress is feeling like she's a little bit disconnected at the moment, because she might have been overwhelmed with all the heartbreak. Let's get some clarification on this Three of Swords. Okay, so we have a Three of Cups. So there was potentially a third-party influence in this, or is a third-party influence in this, and that's what's causing some of this heartbreak. We have a Devil card. It is in the reverse, though. So potentially, if there has been some third-party influence, somebody's now isolating themselves and coming out of it. They're trying to put to bed any kind of toxic behaviour, any influences, very much trying to remove any temptations from their life, which ultimately will help, you know. But it could be that if something's happened in the past and this heartbreak's already happened, you know, if it's something to do with you or your person, and it was, for instance, if one of you did something, you were influenced by a third party, some betrayals happened, heartbreaks happened, you know, this is going to be really hard to heal, because it's regaining that trust, so yes, the toxic energy could be ending, the third party influences could be ending, but the heartbreak's already there. So, you know, there's got to be more healing done. Somebody probably needs to do a bit of inner healing as well. And obviously it does look as though somebody's definitely trying to do some healing, trying to move away from any negative influences. And we also have the Page of Pentacles here. Sorry, Knight of Pentacles. So somebody's very much trying to make plans to move forward, to give that offer of abundance and a new start out. The Page of Pentacles knows exactly what they want. It just takes them a while to get there. They are the slowest card in the deck. So to me, the challenge here is that heartbreak, you know, getting over heartbreak is taking some time. And it looks as though the challenge is the fact that the healing's taking time. I think somebody needs to gain a little bit more patience and realise that, you know, healing from heartbreak, everybody takes different amounts of time to heal from heartbreak. And sometimes removing third parties, removing toxic energies, removing negative influences can take some time, and they can take time to heal from. There is a plan. There is definitely a plan to move forward from it, and there is a plan to deal with it, you know. But it is taking some time, and I think that is what the challenge is mainly. It is literally how long it's going to take to heal from this heartbreak. Now, if somebody manages to get through this challenge, manages to do their healing, we do have a Queen of Swords as the outcome. Now, that Queen of Swords is in the reverse. She's telling me that somebody may be a little bit prone to manipulation, or maybe doing a little bit of lying to themselves. The Queen of Swords, when she's in the upright, doesn't take any crap from anyone and is very defensive. It could just be simply that somebody's lowering their defences. But when she's in the reverse as well, communication is not the strongest. And that's why she can get manipulated, because her communication can be very poor. So we've got a Queen of Cups in the reverse as well. So somebody's not going to be very emotionally grounded, potentially dissociated from their emotions. And actually, the Queen of Cups, when she's in the upright, she's somebody that's very empathetic. She's somebody that is very nurturing, very giving. Gives a lot. This is a Queen of Cups that stopped giving. It may be that she feels that it's time to start receiving instead. So if somebody in the past has been a massive overgiver, this could very much be them taking a step back and saying, okay, it's now time to receive. But it's really hard for them to communicate it. We also have a Knight of Swords in the reverse. So miscommunication here is definitely a giver. It's a big thing. There could be some big miscommunication here at the end. It's also suggesting to me that somebody could be quick to anger. Maybe they're not fully healed. Maybe they're not fully in touch with things. It could very well be that this may be a relationship that can't be salvaged. And it could just mean that somebody's going to be sitting in some pain and some hurt for a while. Possibly yourself. But the Knight of Swords and that Queen of Swords don't look like they're talking. So maybe you are separated. Maybe there's still heartbreak going on. That's why you're not seeing this moving forward at the moment. But because of the pace of things, because it is going to take some time, maybe you feel like you can't talk anymore. Maybe you're feeling like you're emotionally overwhelmed. You can't really give. You can't communicate. And then we have the Death card in the reverse. So there's an ending. There's definitely an ending. There's going to be a transition into something better, but it's dragged out. It's taken a long time. And I very much believe that that is because of this challenge. I think because of how long it's taken for this challenge to go through, with somebody removing negative influences, third parties, because that Knight of Pentacles is there, and it's a slow progress. It's dragging out your transition. It's really dragging things through. Now, this Knight of Swords as well can literally suggest that you may not even know if you want this anymore. But it's like you're still holding on to it and dragging it through, dragging it out, because you're not communicating fully. Or your person's not communicating. Somebody might not want it. They might not be having the feelings for it, but they're just dragging the situation out because they're not releasing it. So this is very much suggesting to me that something very much needs to be released, so that it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could simply be communication, because this here is somebody not communicating. Now, if somebody doesn't like to express their emotions and doesn't like to communicate in general, the fact that they're holding on to not communicating those emotions, not expressing it, not knowing whether or not they want to, is going to be dragging it out. And you're not going to be getting the emotional fulfillment and the relationship you want while you're still holding on to things that aren't going to serve you. And it could very well be that the lack of communication, the miscommunication, is where this is all falling down. And it could just be simply that once you've transitioned and you start opening up and you start talking, that this could heal. Or you might have forward movement on it. I'm going to get you some advice as well, because that's quite a harsh ending. So Spirit, can we get some advice, please, for Leo on what they can do to help with speeding up the healing of the heartbreak and getting the best outcome they possibly can from this? Can we get some advice for Leo, please? Okay, so it's telling me you need to take some time on your own. Potentially you need to do some serious inner healing, but don't make yourself feel lonely. So if you are feeling isolated and lonely, do realise that you have got people around you that you can connect to. But very much taking some time on your own, doing some deep inner diving, some soul searching. Possibly you might have to address things from childhood that you've been ignoring for a while. This is, again, telling me that you need to take some time to yourself. The Three of Cups in the upright. I guess it can be third-party influences. It can also, it's going out, socialising. It can be overindulging slightly. This is telling me that you should be taking time to yourself. You know, not necessarily socialising so much. Reducing third-party influences in every shape and form, so that you can do that inner healing. And then we also have the Six of Pentacles. So making sure that you're balanced, making sure that you are balancing things out. So if you've got somebody that's giving a lot in your energy, you need to make sure that you're reciprocating. If you've got somebody that is withdrawn, or if you've got somebody that's a big taker around you, making sure that, you know, you only give as much as they take. No, that sounds awful. 50-50. You want equal give and take. You don't want something where you're giving everything and they're giving nothing. Very much making sure that it is a 50-50 balanced relationship, and that you're very balanced within yourself as well. Not necessarily overworking, not doing things that are too, you know, over socializing, overindulging, making sure that you are balanced within yourself. And that is all to do with this inner journey within your hermit, you know, within that hermit energy. So very much some of that inner healing then with that Three of Swords could be your own heartbreak from the look of this, because this is telling me that you've got to do some serious inner healing work with regards to things to do about third parties, and that you've got some balancing that you need to do. So it does look to me like that heartbreak energy is something that you need to personally look at addressing. So it looks like it's more for you than for your person. Right, let's get you some romance angels to see what other messages Spirit would like to give. Okay, so you've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. We've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And then honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So that could be what all that movement is about. Maybe it is literally that you need to go on a holiday. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Leo. I do wish you all the luck with that, and I do hope that you heal that heartbreak well. Very much good luck, and thank you for joining me.